Thank you. Sure.
You may have fallen hard for Blake, but let me tell you something. You are just the last in a long list of so many that I can't even remember them all.
Well, I've had my share, too.
No, you're not hearing me. Blake has a history of hopping into bed with whoever suits her purpose. Did you know that she slept her way through most of the Spaulding mansion?
Well, maybe she wanted a better room. Could you pass the salt, please?
No, I'm not passing the salt. Now, listen to me. I have just told you that she has slept with most of the men in the Spaulding family, not to mention most of the men in Springfield. And all you can say to me is pass the salt?
The soup is bland, don't you think?
It doesn't bother you just it's the teensiest little bit that the only thing that Alan has in common with his sons is sleeping with Blake? She slept with Philip, with Alan Michael. And after she finished with them, she went on to Ross, her own mother's fiancé.
So she's a young and spirited filly. And I, unlike Ross, would never try to break a filly's spirit.
What about the good Dr. Rick over there? She slept with him, too. Rick and Ross, isn't that touching? The two fathers of her twins. Now, you could call that spirited, or you could call it someone who sleeps around a lot.
No, you couldn't be more wrong. And I know more about Blake and Rick and their situation than anyone in this room. And I do mean anyone.
She has nothing to do with this. Let her go.
Right. You didn't off your partner either. Wife killer, huh?
Easy,
Hey, he
Decker.
was
I'll take
innocent.
her. Then why did he run?
Because no one would listen to him, that's why.
Cassie.
No, it's okay. You can't treat people like this.
DeMarco Cooper, follow me. Simmons, take care of these folks. Look, the feds have been after McCullough for months now. It's a high-profile case, and I need my two best on it. You up for it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll take care of Cassie Lang.
Oh, you know her? She got any priors?
I've known the Lewises for a long time.
Okay, that's fine. I'll handle McCullough. We hook up after questioning?
Sure.
Go get him.
Cassie, can I talk to you, please?
Thank God, Frank. Okay.
Take it easy.
But you have to listen to me. You've got to listen to
I've
me.
known your family for a long time. I do the best job that I can.
Thank you. Thank you.
But maybe I should reconsider that, being that you played me for such a fool a few weeks back.
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. McCullough was hanging out at the Lewises, right? And you knew about that. And what'd you do? You dialed 911, something about a prowler. I showed up. You basically blew me off. What, to keep him off the trail?
Oh, Frank, listen to me, please.
No. You lied to me, and I don't like that. Do you understand me? Give me one good reason why I don't throw the book at you.
Cassie.
Art, I thought you were right behind me. What'd you do, stop for a cappuccino?
You know, I wouldn't be worried about your boyfriend right now. I'd be concentrating on the trouble you've landed yourself in.
Take a load off. Kind of a quiet type, aren't you? Well, the first thing we're gonna do is call your pals back in Florida and let them know that we got you back in custody.
Well, they should be real thrilled about that. You know, if one person would listen to what really happened, maybe you idiots
You know what?
could figure out...
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen to your story. I'm gonna listen real carefully. And then I'm gonna type it up real nice and neat. And I'm gonna send it right back along with you to maximum security prison. Because that's where you're going.
Okay, guys, come on. Now, when we see Sean, I want you to get a close-up, Artie. This guy escaped from the police in 3 different states, and now we got him.
Mother, you're hiding something from me.
No.
Tell me.
I have nothing to tell.
Mother, I need you to tell me.
You're gonna have to forgive me for this one.
Forgive you for what?
It happened at the house. It wasn't supposed to.
Oh, no, it's the
I didn't
kids.
mean for it to happen.
Oh, my God, it's the boys.
No, the kids are fine. The kids are fine. They weren't even in the house when it happened. They were
What
outside
happened?
with Maida.
What happened?
Well, I had a couple of drinks. I had more than a couple, and Michelle and Abby came over, and they found me drunk.
Oh, you were drunk? Abby brought the boys over for you to take care of them, and you were drunk?
Blake isn't going to tell the truth. She's a user, Ben. She always has been, and she always will.
I know exactly who Blake is.
Do you?
You said yourself she slept through Springfield with an agenda for each lover. Well, you know what? I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
Great. Good.
And you know what else? If I'd been with Blake first, she never would have locked lips with Dr. Rick.
She was drunk, Ross. Yeah. She was so drunk she couldn't stand up. So Maida and Abby had to take the kids back to our house.
Holly was drunk.
And you and I both know that this isn't the first time.
If this is true, then I have missed some signs.
Signs? My God, Ross. This has been going on for months.
Well, in the past few months, I've had some pressing problems of my own.
Well, that's exactly my point.
And I am glad that you told me about this, and believe me, I will rectify this situation immediately.
Ross, I know you're a good and decent man, and I also know that you're going to try to fix it. That's just your way. But you're not looking at this situation objectively. You're just not.
Meaning what?
Meaning that Blake is in the hospital. She's not walking, Ross. She is not walking. Let me finish. And by your own admission, you've got your hands full.
Now, you mark my words. Blake is going to come home very soon.
Even when she does, Ross, life is going to be difficult at best, and I can't.
Can't what? Just say it.
I can't live with that. I couldn't sleep at night knowing that my son is not getting the very, very best. That's why I called an attorney. No. I'm seeking custody of Kevin, Ross.
We're fine, thank you. You're going to seek custody of Kevin.
That's right, Ross, I am.
That is just absurd.
No, Ross, it's not. I'm within my rights. I'm Kevin's father.
Listen, we can modify the visitation agreement. We can change things. That can be done. There's no reason. We don't have to call in the lawyers.
Ross, you're a lawyer.
You know what I mean.
I want to protect my son.
Blake and I have always been very generous with you about the amount of time
I'm not
that you
disputing
spent with Kevin,
any
and
of
we
that,
have never
Ross.
denied
I'm
you
not.
access. Never denied you access. This is ridiculous.
That's your opinion.
It's also the court's opinion. Let me tell you something. There is not a judge in this state that would take a child away from its mother.
These circumstances are quite different, aren't they, Ross? In fact, there's been a couple unusual rulings based on unique circumstances that fall into this category.
Take me to court. I can't stop you. But what I don't understand and what really hurts is the cruelty. Now, where does that come from? Are you trying to punish Blake? Are you going to take advantage of the worst situation in our lives?
Frankly, I am not thinking about you and Blake right now. I'm thinking about how my son has been neglected. And you know what, Ross? If you can't see that right now, I know I'm doing the right thing.
I don't know what else to say to convince you.
Convince me of what?
That you are going to lose on all counts. Blake isn't going to show up at your door. And even if she does, that door is going to have bars on it and a steel lock.
I'm not going to prison for a crime I didn't commit.
Oh, really?
Even if Blake doesn't recant, and I'm sure she will, I'll beat this rape charge.
So who's representing you? F. Lee Bailey? Jerry Messerman? Because you're going to need a dream team that hasn't been invented yet.
I'm the best lawyer in the business.
And who's that?
Me. I'm going to represent myself.
Alcohol will rob you of everything you have. I watched my parents' marriage fall apart because my dad couldn't stop drinking.
I remember.
It was pretty awful. Losing someone you care about is pretty hard.
Sometimes you lose someone because of what they've done, because of the way they've behaved.
Are you still talking about Holly or are you and Jesse?
I don't know what you mean.
Come on, Michelle, this is me you're talking to. I see the way you're looking at the guy. You can't keep your eyes off him.
I haven't talked to Jesse since the beach. We had that fight.
So, he's sitting over there and you're over here. walk a couple steps.
Wait, weren't you the one who told me that Jesse and I don't belong together?
Yeah, and I haven't changed my mind about that. You need to get the guy out of your system.
What if I don't? What if Jesse and I were meant to be together forever?
Well, then I'd say sitting across the room from him is pretty stupid.
Please, if something sells, tell me immediately.
Not if, when.
All right.
Just keep drawing, Jesse, all right?
All right.
I'll keep in touch. Thanks.